Chanel Allure Home Sport. Great fragrance. I have two different bottles, two different places of production, one in France, one in the US. Are they similar? Are they the same? Are they different? Do they perform the same? Do they perform different? You want to know. Also, I will be telling you about another fragrance that I feel is a pretty good, safe alternative to Chanel Allure Home Sport. You want to know what that fragrance is? Well, sit right there. Meet me after this intro and we're going to get right into it. See you guys in just a second. What's going on, everybody? You guessed it, It is your boy, Trey Sense. Listen, really appreciate you all returning to the scene of the crime. Got a little bit of a video, a little bit of a discussion here. You know how we do it on the channel. What are we going to talk about today? Chanel Allure Home Sport. Evidently, Chanel made Allure Home Sport in two different places. There's a US batch and then there's a French batch that's made in Paris, France. And they're slightly different. Also, a fragrance that I feel is very comparable to it. But before I get into any of that, you already know, got something I need from you. If I've earned it, will you please consider giving me a sub? And after you do that, I need you to like this video, share this video, and most importantly, please give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube knows what to do with your boy. And that just doesn't apply to me, it applies to any of your favorite reviewers that you may watch, whether it's a show about cooking or carpentry or whatever. If you like that channel and that reviewer or that person, gotta support them, guys. Give them a thumbs up, it really helps out. Now, no further ado, let's get into this discussion. Okay, so I'm gonna reach back in on my trusty shelf and get these fragrances. And I know which one is which because I have the bottles in my hand. This is the batch that's made in Paris, France. This is the batch that's made in the US. The tops are identical. See, there's no faded, so there's no fake. Chanel is etched in this top. Chanel is etched in this top. They're identical. They both snap into place. They both can be picked up from the top. No faded, no discoloration, no anything, no leakage, nothing that indicates that the one that's made in the US is a fake. Most of Chanel products, the way I understand it, are made in France, but for some reason, this one, they made some variations, some bottles in the US. Now, just a second. I hope this doesn't mess up this video. This mic. That mic of mine can be tricky. Okay. The way to tell if you have a bottle that's made in the US and a bottle that's made in France, the bottom. It tells you on the very bottom. But a quick way to tell is the backs. There's more writing on the one that's made in France, and the serial numbers are at the bottom, where on the one that is made in the US, it's at the top. And this one actually has a series of numbers, and then it says tester under it, where this one just has a series of numbers at the very bottom. Okay, again, French, US. So let me spray this one on, and then let me spray this one on. Definitely a difference in the two, a noticeable difference. I'll say this, the one that's made in the US seems to have a little bit less of an alcohol blast in the opening, but it doesn't smell quite as good. It smells a little bit more medicinal, where this batch, which is the batch that's made in France, is a little bit more fresh, green, smoother, more subtle. You have to work through the dry down of this one, of the one that's made in the US. I'm not sure what's the difference in the notes. But they almost, in the opening, they almost smell like two different fragrances, which is why I was interested in purchasing this one. I made an order, if you remember, and this one was sent to me by mistake, and I already had this one. So when I sprayed this one on, I was like, that's different. That's different. Got to doing some research, and then I saw, well, they made one in the US and one in France. The only other reviewer that I've seen talk about the one that's made in the USA was Joy Ami. I can't find anything else or any other information. So if you have these fragrances, or this fragrance, go look at your bottle and tell me which one you have. Do you have the French version or the US version? If I had to pick which one I liked better, to me, it's the version that's made in France. It's just fresher. It's more sporty. This one, I don't want to use the word off-putting. Medicinal is the better way to spray it. To say it. They both smell good. In fact, this was my scent of the night tonight at work because it was a beautiful day here in Alabama, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna get that Chanel out and just wear it today. And received a compliment from a young lady. Her words were, I smell you all over the store. And I could not, it lasted throughout the shift. I'll say it got me definitely 4 hours through the shift, 4.5 to 4 hours through the shift, and then another hour and a half to 5, 6 hours of longevity. The dry down of this one and the dry down of this one, again, France, US, that's where the similarities come back, is in the dry down. Through the top, it's a little bit different. It's a lot different. Nonetheless, very iconic fragrance, Chanel Allure Homme Sport. It's in everyone's collection. I know a lot of people have the Edition Blanche and they love that one, but I don't have that one yet. I may purchase it, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, good smelling fragrance. Again, if I had to pick one, even though I did receive compliments on this one today, which is the US version, I still think the version that's made in France is superior. I just think it smells better. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. Now, a fragrance that I think is similar to those and is a lot cheaper but smells just as good is from the house of Lacoste. And it is L1212 Eau Fraîche. And I like this one a lot. I like it a lot. Is it identical to those? No, it's not. It's not identical. But it is in the same vein. It gives you the same vibe, especially to the US batch. It's ultra green. It's bright. It's invigorating. Very easy to wear. This is one I could see being worn easily with a white t-shirt and a nice pair of jeans and some Chuck Taylors or some Air Force Ones, or some Jordans, whatever sneaker you put on. Just some, for me, it would be my classic Reeboks, my all white Rees. That's my, just super easy to wear, super casual. But you're gonna smell good. I could not imagine anybody smelling this fragrance on anyone and not liking it. It definitely smells good, and in my opinion, it gives that Chanel a run for its money. As I've got one Chanel here, and that Lacoste here. And it's giving them both a run for their money. And Chanel Allure Home Sport speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. It's a compliment getter. It smells good. But I'm telling you, if you see this out at the rack stores, I found this at TJ Maxx again before COVID. And this is just a beautiful scent to me. And it stands up side by side with each one of them. This one I think is a little bit more woody and a little bit more masculine than the Chanel's. But nonetheless, boy, it's hanging in there. It's hanging in there. As a matter of fact, I prefer this one over the US batch of Chanel Allure Home Sport. And it's neck and neck with the French version. It's neck and neck. It's really neck and neck. I mean, if they were sitting side by side and you saw the price of this and the price of the Chanel, and you had them both on each hand, I'm not sure you wouldn't pick this one 7 out of 10 times, unless you're just a Chanel fanboy. Now, I'll admit, the US version smells really, really good. I'm sorry, the French version smells really good. And not that the US version smells bad, because it doesn't. Especially as it dries down. It's just a little bit more medicinal than the other two. With the French version of Chanel Allure Home Sport and Lacoste Eau Fraiche are just so bright, fresh, and easy to wear. This one has more of a wintertime vibe and less fresh and less appealing type of scent. Nonetheless, they smell good. And I'll admit, I think where they're, and again, I'm not saying that this is a one-to-one clone. That is not at all what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is, if you want that Chanel Allure Home vibe for fractions of the cost, then try Lacoste L1212 Eau Fraiche, or even the white bottle of Lacoste. What is it, L1212 Blanche? Try it. It's a good one too. But to me, this one is really close to Chanel Allure Home Sport for a really, really good price. Again, fresh, bright, springtime, summertime, early fall, very casual, very laid back, but at the same time, dare I say, pretty. That's right, men's fragrances can be pretty. This is a pretty scent. And it's gonna smell good on you. It's young, it's youthful, it's modern, but hey, us guys in our 40s, we can pull it off. I'm 46 and I wear this a lot in the spring and summertime, a lot, especially when I got on a nice polo and some nice jeans. I love reaching for this fragrance. And I've worn it dead in the middle of the winter and it still did well. So Lacoste L1212 Eau Fraiche, a very good alternative to, that's the US batch, to Chanel Allure Home Sport. And the reason I keep saying the US batch, because I don't want you, if you have this, I don't want you to run and get it and run and get your bottle of Chanel and compare the two, and then you have the US batch and be like, well, they're nothing alike. You're right. The US batch is nothing like this, and this is nothing like the US batch. But if you have the French version, the French connection over here, they are very similar. Again, and all three of these smell good. You can't go wrong with either one. So that's that, guys. Quick little review for you, man. I hope you all have had a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I'm super excited because that game tonight between my North Carolina Tar Heels and the Kansas City Jayhawks is going to be epic, as that win North Carolina had over Duke Saturday night was epic. It was so cool. Goodbye, Coach K. Thank you for all you've done for basketball, but you can go take a seat now, sir. Tar Heels are in the building. Anyway, man, thank you all for returning to the scene of the crime. It is greatly, greatly appreciated, man. Greatly appreciated. If you have any of these three fragrances, whether you have the French connection, whether you have the US connection or whether you have Lacoste L1212 Eau Fraiche. Let me know your thoughts on the fragrances in the comments. Let me know. And if you happen to smell both batches, the French batch and the US batch, also let me know that. And if you've heard anything else about the French batch versus the US batch, also any comments and thoughts on that will be helpful as well. And with that being said, I'm going to get off here and hope I didn't mess up the audio by moving my mic cord. I hope it's still doing what it's supposed to do. Edit this video, thumbnail this video, and get it right to you. Again, go Heels. Hope everybody is having themselves a beautiful Monday. And until next time, guys, you already know the drill. I love you all, and God bless you all. Peace.